Hey, it's Ken Code from ClickFix, and in today's video we're going to talk a little bit about a feature that has been long awaited, and that is the real-time email validator. As you can see here, we have it set up so that it does a suggestion if the email is close to something that it recognizes. If I wanted to here, I could just go ahead and put in the check mark and say, yes, it is .com. It's also not a real email. So it says, please check your email for errors. We can have this validate in real time. As you can see, it's pretty fast. Just make up an email address here. And it's just going to go ahead and keep checking, and it's going to keep on telling the person that it is, in fact, an undeliverable email. And as a matter of fact, you can actually set the tolerance that you want to use for these emails as well. So let's dive in and let's check out how to install this on your site. So as always, you're going to need a clickfix.io account for this. First thing you would do is you'd come here to the start here. You would have to add in your domain. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of domains here. Once your domain is added in, you go back to the dashboard. I like to have the Chrome plugin installed just because it allows me to do some other things, but you don't need it for this particular case. And then the other thing you'll need is you'll need to have our JavaScript snippet installed on your site. And you do that by coming into the settings, custom code, header area. You can see I have it here, right here. Now installing this real-time email validation couldn't be easier. All you have to do is use this special shortcode that you'll have access to both on this demo page that you'll get a link to, as well as in the documentation. And it's very simple, very straightforward. It just is email verification. You want to tell it which field or fields to target. In this case, we only have the email field, but you can imagine that if you wanted to use the confirm email field as well, you would just have both those fields in here. If you have some other special custom field that you're using to collect emails in addition to those, you could also put those in here right now. With this reject equals, these are the three levels, let's call them, that you can target. If we look here on the demo page, risky is basically means that the email address appears to exist, but it has quality issues. These could be things like accept all, catch all emails, accept all disposable emails that people don't really check very often, role emails like support, info, and any of those other types of similar email addresses are classified as risky. The next one you can specify is unknown. This is when we're not able to get a valid response from the email server. This could be that the email is reacting very slowly, or that it's temporarily unavailable in situations where maybe the mailbox is full or anything like that. And then these are ones, and then the last level you can set here is undeliverable. Undeliverable is simply those that don't exist or they're syntactically incorrect. So these are misspellings like you saw with the gmail.con, C-O-N instead of C-O-M, or they're formatted incorrectly, that maybe they have too many periods, maybe they don't have an @ sign. For whatever reason, these ones are specified as undeliverable. Next thing you can change is the message that appears whenever somebody puts in an email that's not accepted. I just have kind of a default one here that says please check your email for errors. You can type pretty much anything you want in there. Then we have the suggestion equals yes. You can have this say yes or no. This corresponds to whether or not you want the page to display the suggestion spelling. If it detects something that is close, like the gmail.com instead of .con or gmail.co, turning it to .com. And as you saw here, if somebody says, you're right, it is actually a .com, they can hit the check mark, or they can hit the X if their email is correct. And lastly, we have a submit equals yes or no. If you put no, like I have it here, it simply will not allow the person to submit the form, which means that you'll never have another fake email hitting your list again. If you put yes here, it means that you're okay with accepting whatever reject parameters you've put in the first part of the shortcode. Now, other than that, we do have some styling options that are going to be released here by the time you see this video, and these are just things to be able to go ahead and style the did you mean box here. Jump back to preview. These styling options will give you the ability to make this look a little bit more in line with the rest of your form or the rest of your website. So you can change the color of the text, the color of the background, color of these buttons, all that sort of stuff. And that's pretty much it. Once you have the shortcode set up and you've decided which levels you want to reject, all you have to do is hit the publish button from there, and on that page your form is now going to be bulletproof against fake emails and undeliverable emails and misspellings and everything else that can cause you to have a high bounce rate and lower your email deliverability. Now, the last thing I'll say is that this is a paid option because there are some hard costs to our server associated with it. But we've done our best to make it as affordable as possible. You can see here that we have the Essential, the Marketer, and the Pro plans. Each plan comes with its own set of validations per month. This is 1,500 validations per month for that $29 price. Each additional validation would cost under a penny. On the Marketer plan, that's 15,000 validations per month. And on the Pro plan, it's 75,000 validations per month. Now, these validations are good for both the real-time email validation as well as the real-time phone number validation, which you can hear more about in another video. As always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out, and we look forward to seeing what you build.